Hi guys, welcome to my channel where I document our family's purposeful spending and my mum life in the messy middle. And I'm still doing this in an introverted way because I'm still too shy to show my face right now. In this video, I'll be talking about how we did with our monthly budget for the month of May. And then the background footage is a day in the life for me on a recent bank holiday where we had a slow day, mostly stayed at home, didn't spend any money. The weather didn't help either. After a run of sunny days, it was raining on this particular day, but we'd had a nice couple of days at the weekend before the weather changed. To give you some context before jumping into the details, we are a family of four. I work part time and my husband works full time, and we combine our finances. Starting with our income or inflow. So for salaries or earned income, it was a good month. I earned a little bit extra because I worked some additional hours. Then we also had child benefit, and we got a monthly rebate from our mortgage bank for having a current account with them as well. And then lastly, Revolut interest. So this is paid daily, which is nice. You don't have to wait for an annual payment like with most traditional banks. Onto expenses, and starting with fixed expenses. These all remain the same. There were no increases to our bills here, thankfully. So moving on to variable expenses, which I'll categorise as either under budget or over budget. We came in slightly over budget in both kids stuff and kids or family days out spending, totaling €19 and 82 cents over, which although is annoying, it's not that much, and in fact I'm surprised it wasn't more. I'm surprised we didn't go over budget by more because we've been struggling to stay in budget here, and we may need to consider increasing the budget for these line items because everything is expensive. We were also over budget in takeaways, eating out, but again, not by too much. We came in under budget or just about at budget for food shopping, non-food groceries, travel and commuting costs, miscellaneous, pharmacy costs, our personal spending money, and pet stuff. Overall, for variable expenses as a whole, we were under budget. Onto savings and sinking funds. We were able to add all of the budgeted amounts to our sinking funds. So this is the best case scenario for us because I really like to keep the sinking funds ticking over nicely. I like to add the budgeted amount to each line item every single month. We added slightly more than we budgeted for to the mortgage overpayment or the mortgage credit. And because I worked a few more hours this month, I was able to save that money to pull from over the summer months when I do try to only work my basic hours, so that I can be home more for the kids. Because we were under budget in the variable spending, it meant we had money left in the account on the last day of the budgeting period. And I've mentioned it many times that repaying the mortgage early is our biggest financial goal. And yes, we do like to add whatever we can to this. No amount is too small. But at the same time, we do have other goals too. There are some other sinking funds that we're working on building up to hit certain amounts. And so with the money left in the budget, we decided to put this money to good use. There was unspent money in the pharmacy budget, so we added this to the medical and dental sinking fund, as these two are linked in my point of view anyway. I was under budget in my personal spending, so this was added to my beauty sinking fund, which is essentially what I use to pay for my hair appointments. But I'm thinking of taking a break from this over the summer months when I will be working less, and I might just try and live with my regrowth roots as much as I can to give both my hair and my spending money a break. But I will see. We also had unspent money in the pets line item, so this was added to the pets sinking fund. The pets line item in the budget is for things like food and toys and grooming appointments, whereas the sinking fund is for any larger medical needs that might arise in the future. We had unspent money in the food category, so we decided to carry this forward to the following month. This strategy has been working well for us as we have been consistently under budget the last few months, even during these times of rising costs. So I'm happy to carry this forward to build up a little buffer for this line item in case a particularly expensive month comes up. And as with last month, we were also under budget with travelling and commuting costs. So again, we carried this forward to the next month budget. And the exact same strategy applies here as with the food shopping. It's to build up a little buffer in case there was a particularly expensive month coming up, which is a possibility, obviously. Just look at the cost of fuel right now. After doing all of the rejigging and tweaking and adding additional funds to sinking funds and carrying forward money for important categories, there was still a little bit left over. And with that leftover money, we used it for mortgage overpayments, and so we added it to our mortgage credit. So we got a lot of goals checked off in one go this month. It's all just quite small amounts that were left over, but it's not the amounts that matter really, it's the habit and it's the good intentions. At the beginning of the month, we had budgeted to spend 45% of our income and to save and invest 55%. In the end, we actually spent 41% and saved and invested 58%, and then the remaining 1% was carried forward to the following month. These stats are pretty good, and I'm quite happy that we managed to save more than we had planned, even though some of this is money that I'm going to pull from over the school holidays when I plan on working less to be home more for the kids. So how did you guys do for the month? Did you finish under or over budget? And which categories are you struggling with right now? I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and it gave you a little insight into how we budget our income. I make videos about budgeting, financial goals and how to achieve them, mortgage overpayments, and ways that we are intentional and purposeful with our spending, as well as anything that's mum life. So if these are topics that would interest you, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.